Hello, Green Math folks. So today we're talking about changing from fractions to decimals again. Most of them we've done before. We have a bottom of 10 or 100. And everyone I've talked to seems like they've gotten that one down pretty good. But we're going to have a couple new ones that could mix us up a little bit. So let's start with the first one, because that's just a review one. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our fraction would be 5 over 10, or 5/10. And we can think of it as two ways. We can think 5/10, okay, I need a 5 in my tenths place. Or we can look at our bottom, how many zeros are in our bottom? 1. So we need one number after our decimal point. One number after our decimal point, 0.5. We have a 5 in our tenths place. All right, that one is pretty easy because we've been doing this the last couple weeks. But let's check something before we move on. If we have something like 1 over 2, 2 over 4, 3 over 6, 4 over 8, 5 over 10. Okay, these are all equivalent fractions. And I want you to notice something about them. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 4, 8. 5 plus 5, 10. Okay, all of these are 1/2. All of these are 1/2. So if you see one like this, 5 over 10, you know that that is 1/2, and 1/2 is written as 0.5, right? 5/10, because 5 is halfway from 0 to 10, okay? So we've got 5/10 right in the middle. So let's look at number 2. Number 2, we've got 1, 2, 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3/6 or 3 over 6. But then what do we notice here? 3 plus 3 is 6. So 3/6 is really just 1/2. And we can use the drawing to help us check that. So we've got 1, 2, 3 that are shaded. So I'm just going to pretend that those top 3 are shaded. And what does that look like? Yeah, it looks like 1/2. And 1/2 we know is 0.5. If it helps us to think of it as money, we totally can. If I had a $1/2, how many cents is that? Yeah, it's 0.50 or 50 cents. So we could write it as 0.5. Okay. So remember, if the top number plus the top number is equal to the bottom number, or the top number times 2 is equal to the bottom number, then it's going to be 1/2. So even if we have something crazy like 131 over 262, that's still just 1/2. All right, we'll do one more tricky one together, because this is actually the last of the tricky ones. So you're getting lucky for today, because we're going to do the tricky ones together. So looking at number 1, we've got how many parts shaded? Good. And how many total? Yes, 1 over 5. 1/5. And oh no, we know how to make decimals when we're over 10, and now we're just over 5. So I want this to be over 10. What do I need to do to 5 to make it into a 10? Yeah, multiply it by 2. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by 2. And we've been over this many times. If we do something to the bottom, we have to do the same thing to the top. So I'm going to multiply the top by 2. Because, and I know that you know this, and I know I've said it a million times, but I just want to make sure that we've got it. Because 2 over 2 is, how many pizzas is that? Yeah, that's one whole pizza. And anything times 1 is just that same number, right? 8 times 1 is 8, 12 times 1 is 12. So we can multiply something by 2 over 2, and we're not going to change the answer. We'll still have the same amount of pizza. We just cut the pizza in half. Okay, so 1 times 2 is 2, and 5 times 2 is 10. So now we have 2 over 10, which is 0.2. All right, all the rest should kind of be review from the last couple days because they're all over 10 or over 100. And remember just to count your zeros in your fraction, and that's how many decimal points or how many place values we need after the decimal point. So remember that the ones that often trip us up is if we have 3 over 100, there's 1, 2 zeros in the bottom. So we need 1, 2 numbers after the decimal point. So I know that I need a 3 because that's my top number, right? We got 3 hundredths, a 3 in a hundreds place. So what number goes there? Yeah, 0, right? Because we have no tenths. All right, that's all it is. Good luck. If you need any help, give me a call. If not, I will call you when it is our time to do so. Thanks. Bye.